Excited. I remember my first shot speaking Telugu and I had a bit of sweat running down my back and I felt very nervous in a very, very different way. I mean, we come from the same country, but sometimes our states are really like different to one another, and going down there was a very exciting experience. I was very kind of Tarek, of NTRG, and for Shivaji to want me in the movie, because movies made in the South recently have been mind-blowing. And to get a chance to act in a film like this and to do that, for me, you're right, I felt like a newcomer. I'm really excited because I've spoken the language. It was a new language for me. And I love the movie and I love what I've done in it also. So I am excited. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that. We'll definitely take a look at Para Glimpse in some time. But before that, thank you so much, sir. Please be seated. And you're traveling right after that.
In exactly 28 minutes. पहले तो hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. ये मेरी डेब्यू फिल्म है और honestly ऐसे लग रहा है कि मेरी घर वापसी भी है क्योंकि मेरी first Telugu film है. So it's very, very, very special to me. So thank you so much for showing up with so much enthusiasm.
Right. And जो response अभी मिला है यहाँ पे, of course, जो units को response मिला है, उसके बारे में what do you have to say? People are like, this is the jodi, NTR Junior and Janhvi Kapoor. We want to see them in every single movie. This is what people are saying.
Even I want to do every single movie with Tarak sir only. I had so much fun. I learned so much, and I think everyone knows what a big fan of him I've always been, and I think I've become a bigger fan of him after having worked with him.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much for sharing that. Janhvi, please seat लीजिए आप भी, please be seated.
बड़ा 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 जानवी जी.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment that we all हैं आप इसके ऊपर हर बार. Recently you promised something to your fans that after watching the trailer they'll be really proud of you. अब इस वक्त कैसा लग रहा है? What do you have to say to them?
जी बहुत नर्वस हूँ मैं पहले. To start with, बहुत नर्वस हूँ मैं because after RRR, this is my next film post RRR. और वैसे भी RRR was with my co-actor also, Mr. Ram Charan. This is my solo release after 6 years, so there is a lot of nervousness which is building up. But very happy to launch the trailer of Devara in the city of Mumbai, because the experience we've had when we were promoting for RRR was just surreal. I mean, the acceptance of North has just shocked us all, and I hope it repeats with Devara.
I'm sure it's going to happen this time again. Just one last thing, Tarak bhai, you have to talk to us about, we know that your contemporaries, they've broken a lot of records. Every now and then we say sales record itna bana, itne tickets bike, but here nobody has seen the trailer. Nobody has seen it, but in North America you are already breaking records. 1 million se upar ke pre-sales. Exactly for the premiere. And again, I have to
Shooting on the set, he seems to grow in stature in front of the camera and becomes a larger-than-life person, which is a very great star quality to have. And when it's cut, he's back to being a normal, fun person. So I think he's been great, and it's been so nice working with him. He was also very patient because it's a new language for me. And he was so supportive. Looking into his eyes and saying dialogues to him never made me feel anything except confident.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very versatile Saif Ali Khan sahab. Shukriya for sharing that. Now coming to NTR Junior sahab, ek baar zordar taaliyan, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, yeah, sorry, I apologize. Jai NTR, we have to say that. Thank you so much. We've seen Neela Samandar in Daudi, और उससे पहले भी. Then we've seen Khuni Samandar, and everything Devara Part 1 is all about is between these two things, right? It's like you've covered the entire spectrum. What is Devara for you, and what is happening here? Tell us.
Devara for me, obviously, it's not only a film, but it's a journey with Koratala Siva for for many years. We've known each other since this movie of mine called Vrindavan. Shiva was the writer for the movie, and it was this growth of friendship between me and him. And then when he started off as a filmmaker, my interest towards him, my respect towards him has only increased with every film he's done. But I mean, it was very tough for him to sustain that kind of blockbusters which he's delivered. It's only because Shiva has nothing in mind but the story of the film. It keeps running in his head. He just needs the right space. He just needs the right people around him to just excel in it. And when our journey started, right before RRR released, so he came up with this idea of this protagonist. Usually in commercial mainstream movie, we have a protagonist coming from the downtrodden, when there's absolute zero courage. The protagonist comes forward, gives courage to the people who needs courage, takes them and goes forward. But here there's a flip to Devara. So when courage is completely, when it's filled to the brim, when it exceeds, there needs to be a certain amount of fear. And the protagonist is actually trying to give in fear than actually give in courage. So that for me, was a phenomenal idea. And then we started our journey of Devara. And here, I hope we've lived up to the expectations of the trailer. And that's about it.
Whatever we've seen up till now is phenomenal, right? As I said, we are like full of that intensity, that angst. It's in all of us. Talk to us about these action sequences.
Seeing their reactions. I mean, and that's when I came to know that, this movie will definitely work. This movie is, I would call it an action drama. It is extremely high in action. I mean, Saif sir would definitely agree with me. There was some physically strenuous action sequence we both have been part of. It is definitely high on action. Peter Hines, then we had Anil Thadani, and then especially we had Solomon, who's worked for RRR as well, the National Award winner. He has actually extensively worked on the overwater and the underwater sequences of Devara. We've shot for about 38 odd days underwater and about close to 60 odd days over water. So that itself was a chunk of 100 days to 80 to 100 days. So it is phenomenal action you probably haven't seen before. The kind of water interactions, the kind of CGIs we've blended into those action sequences are phenomenal. So Devara is very high on action, and I would just can't wait for the world to see it.
I'm sure, sir, we're gonna love it. Ek baar zordar taaliyan for this amazing team, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we have a set of these questions.
On the 27th of September.
Absolutely, sir. Fingers crossed. Of course, the celebration has already begun. As I said, in North America, we're doing so well already. Even before the trailer, of course, it is.
That itself is an indication, right? Because that's the first place where the advances have really opened. And the fact that there is this just organically crazy, like
Him, and of course, he's presented it, he's distributed it. AA Film se Anil Thadani sahab, ladies and gentlemen. Anil sir, I know, you always say no for this. And I always say that I have a question for you.
Just like to thank Tarak for showing and Shiva sir for showing so much confidence in Karan, Apoorva and me. We've come back again to present this film after Bahubali and hope it just repeats the same kind of magic.
Apoorva sir, what would you like to share with us, please?
So, we've always been huge fans.